Welcome, learners. You have reached chapter number 4 of this course of Basics of Economics. And in this chapter, we are going to take up as good as a case study. Okay, it's more like how a particular area is studied from the economic viewpoint. This is what we are going to understand in this particular chapter. So, in this chapter, we are going to take one of the states of India, which is Maharashtra. So, with the help of how the state of Maharashtra is studied, you can understand how in economics a particular region is analyzed from the economic perspective. What are the things that are taken into account when we are talking about the economics of that region, right? So, in the case of state of Maharashtra, if you see about Maharashtra, there are certain things which we need to understand. This is one of the states which was founded and came into existence on 1st May 1960. Okay, so from this date, the state's existence came into force, and with a lot of contribution of industrialization, people being supportive and things going in favor of this particular state, it has become a good developed state, and basically it has achieved a lot of distinguished things, and it has got a distinguished status in the entire Indian economy. So in a country, the state of Maharashtra, that is in India, the state of Maharashtra occupies a very important position because it has a lot of things which give a contribution to the overall economy of India. So let's see what are the things about Maharashtra that are very, very important. There was an economic survey which was conducted in the state of Maharashtra in the year 2017-18. So this is the time frame when the economic survey was taken up, and we are going to take this as a analysis. There could be other economic surveys also. There could be more economic surveys, upcoming economic surveys after you listen to this particular lecture and this chapter and this course. But in this, we are just taking up the survey of 2017-18, and what was the analysis they have done in this survey. So first thing they have talked about is the state has been divided into 36 districts under 6 revenue divisions. Now what does this mean? When we are talking about 36 districts, this means it is talked of in terms of parts of that particular state. And when we are talking of revenue division is another aspect of the state, because from where does the government of Maharashtra get its revenue, get its taxes? This will be 6 parts of the state. So the state is divided into 6 revenue divisions, which give the contribution in the format of different taxes. So if you have to analyze which division or which particular part of Maharashtra gives the best of, you can say, revenue, what is contributing more to the state of Maharashtra, all this you can understand from the study of a particular revenue division. Got it? Now, there are certain important features in the case of this particular state of Maharashtra, in the case of economy of Maharashtra. The first one is it has the second largest population in the country. That was the economic survey which was conducted, and it stated, and the population at that particular time period was somewhere around 11.24 crores during 2011. So year 2011, they had that 11.24 crores of population in the entire state. In now, secondly, they say it is the third largest state in India in terms of geographical area, measuring about 3.08 lakh square kilometers. So, what do we see? We see a particular region's population. How much is the population? We see how much is the spread out of the region. That means the area in square kilometers. Now, why is this important? If you think of, let's say, population density, how many people stay in a particular area? So let's say how dense is the population. So per square kilometer of this particular state, how many people reside? So what you can do, you can get the area in square kilometers, you can get the population, the total population, and based on this, you can calculate the density of population of that state. Now there could be also region wise computation. So you can see, if we are talking of those 6 revenue generating regions, then how much is the population density of each region, and then accordingly we can understand whether a particular region is contributing well or not. Even that is important, isn't it? So if there are only 5 houses in a particular area and there are 50 houses in another area, if we talk about revenue generation in the area which has only 5 houses, it gives 1 lakh, let's suppose. And in the region where there are 50 houses, it is giving 1 lakh 50,000. Which is more richer in terms of revenue? Of course, the one with 5 houses. Why? Because against those 5 houses, you're getting 1 lakh. Whereas against 50 houses, how much you're getting revenue? Only 1 lakh 50,000. So here we are getting 20,000 per house, whereas in case of this particular part where you're getting 1 lakh 50,000 divided by how many? We said 50 houses. So there is a contribution which is just 3,000 rupees per house, which is quite less, right? So this is how the analysis can be done if you have the statistics of that particular region. So that is where we are seeing the importance of how the statistics are derived. What are the statistics that we need to list out so that you get a better understanding about the region. Next part, third part is most urbanized state. This is what it is, the most urbanized state at 45.2% of the population living in towns and cities. Of course, we have cities like Mumbai, Pune, even now smaller towns like Kolhapur and Nagpur and Nashik are becoming gaining importance in terms of urbanization. So basically, we have good urbanization in this particular state. 50% almost is urbanized. Next is we are talking about the gender ratio or the sex ratio of the census that was conducted. And in Maharashtra, the sex ratio is 929 females per 1000 males, which is still not enough. So it is not equal, and basically this could be due to a number of reasons. Now this is where again we can talk about health, we can talk about female foeticide and so on, right? So if you talk about the census or in terms of sex ratio, you can get the information of other areas and study it to improvise this particular state's economy. Next is the literacy ratio, which is also very important, which in this particular case, in this state, was 82.3%. So 82.3% is quite good, but at the same time, it's just a literacy ratio, right? It is not showing higher education, it is not showing any kind of even a completion of a particular standard, 12th, 10th, whatever. It's not showing that. So it's just literate people. Could be like fourth or fifth standard also they have cleared, and we say they're literate because they can read and write, correct? So literacy ratio is got, which is 82.3%. Kerala, a state like Kerala in India, has 100% literacy rate. So every single person who is the person from the state of Kerala is having literacy. Now, this particular economic survey is also talking about the state GDP. Okay, so the gross domestic product of the state. So GSDP, gross state domestic product. Economic survey states that this particular state was a state of highest gross state domestic product in the entire country. So Maharashtra was the first state, the topmost state that was contributing to GSDP, gross state domestic product. And at the same time, this also had per capita income of that state, which was the highest. So highest state per capita income. So per person's earning in this state of Maharashtra was higher than all the states of India. It also talked about natural resources, manpower, skilled manpower, labor availability, technological advancement, development of infrastructure, and all that was seen to be quite good. And this was also a most favored destination for any kind of creativity, any kind of investment, skill development, and tourism. So these were the areas which also were focused in the economic survey.